reach higher. Bambadi bam bambadi. So let me see the Red Army. Hey, come show for your party. Yes.
Greetings to the Red Army. Greetings to my general and all the members of our team, to those watching at home on their telephones, listening on the radio, those in the hall today. I want to begin first by correcting Sion that I may have gotten the largest number of votes in East St. George, but we certainly didn't get the largest margin of victory. I believe the Honorable Prime Minister narrowly pipped me in that regard. And we hope, of course, to increase our majority in the next term. The Prime Minister has characterized this as a job interview. So please allow me, people of East St. George, to present myself and request again the honor, the privilege, and the profound responsibility to be your representative again in the 2020-2025 term in office. And there are a number of reasons why I think on this job interview that the Unity Labour Party is the party to choose nationally and in East St. George, and that I am the candidate that you should support by renewing my mandate to serve you in East St. George. And we start first with the party, the ULP. And we know that the ULP is the party with the programs, the policies, and the plans to lift St. Vincent and the Grenadines higher. And you've heard today, category after category: education, health, jobs, poverty reduction, sport, culture, youth, the vulnerable, foreign affairs, infrastructure, sustainable development, and on and on. And in each one of those categories, it is clear that the party with the plans, the programs, and the policies is the Unity Labour Party. And examples abound, and we've heard many today, but there's one that I want to give you that blew me away. There's a young, quiet young lady who recently received one of the 50 national scholarships and bursaries to go away to university. And she's going to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Quiet, retiring young lady. And I said on learning this, that's such a big school. It's so far away. She's such a quiet young lady. I hope she adjusts well to being in this faraway place with these new people and these new experiences. And the response I got was, yes, it's far away, but she's now one of 4 Vincentians currently attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Never before in this country have we had those sorts of experiences, and they become everyday and commonplace now, given the successes of the ULP. I'm applying to you for this job because we are safer with labor in a number of critical areas. In COVID, the pandemic, we've proven that we are safer with labor. Even the opposition concedes in their words and deeds that we are safer with labor, because they said that 2,000 would be dead by now. They said that 50,000 would be infected by now. But this last week, they were busing people from every corner of the country to attend large public meetings with no masks. And that in itself is a vote of confidence in the policies and programs of the ULP. These are the ones, the NDP, who wanted to lock down the country. Schools would still be closed today. But now we have robust political discourse, we have debates, we have public events, and we have no cases. We have no deaths. And we are safer with labor because of it. Your passport is safer with labor because we have defined it as a sacrament of citizenship that we will not sell or barter or trade. And even as the European Union says they're going to crack down on it, even as countries withdraw from selling what they call golden passports, the opposition is bullheadedly running forward, saying they want to sell our passports. Your passport is safer with Labour. Your foreign policy is safer with Labour. Because again, as the opposition wants to sell us out and sell out our friends in a reckless pursuit of Chinese dollars, we say that is not how foreign policy operates. And our country will not be known as a country to sell out itself at the drop of a few Chinese pennies. Your foreign policy is safer with Labour. Your country, in the instance of climate change, is safer with Labour. Because while we are building sea defenses and river defenses and making sure that when people's houses are washed away, they are rebuilt, the opposition is saying derisively in Parliament, is this the first time rain fell in St. Vincent? Why are you overhyping this climate threat? If you know that the climate is changing, if you know people who have died in this country or lost their homes or their livelihoods or their farms, you know that you are safer with Labour. And our reputation as a country is safer with Labour. We would not be on the Security Council under an NDP government, but we are on the Security Council under the leadership of Dr. the Honourable Ralph Gonsalves. Our reputation as a nation is safer with Labour. As a minister, people of East St. George, I have been honoured to be entrusted by my cabinet colleagues with a number of innovations over the last 5 years. I'm honoured that they asked me to pilot the Prime program, where for the first time in the history of this country, over 1,000 entrepreneurs are getting grants currently to start their business or expand their business, something that has never happened before in this country and happened in the midst of a COVID pandemic. I'm proud that we were entrusted in my ministry to implement CCTV across the country. And now you are safer in your homes because we have cameras on all the streets in Kingstown and throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines to keep us safe. Proud too that we implemented a fiber optic broadband backbone across the country and throughout the Grenadines to make internet faster and cheaper and perform better, more reliable in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Proud that with the support and mandate of our cabinet colleagues, we banned the mining of sand on our beaches to make our coastlines more secure, that we banned the use of styrofoam, which was polluting our environment, and now are currently banning plastics. Proud that I was asked and given the authority and responsibility to implement the Zero Hunger Trust Fund, which is ensuring that children throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines get meals at school, that elderly people get food delivered to their homes, and that those who are vulnerable get job training to help them lift themselves out of hunger and poverty. Proud that we agreed to implement a contingency fund in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with 1% on VAT. And they haven't said if they're eliminating that when they talk about when they're reducing VAT. But 1% of VAT, which now has placed $40 million in the kitty to help us in difficult times, be it COVID, be it dengue, or be it climate change. And we have that money for the first time, a reserve fund in our poor country to ensure that we can withstand the challenges that face us. I'm proud that as Minister of Finance, we were allowed to continue piloting the Prime Minister's philosophy of prudence and enterprise, and that we've managed to raise salaries and lower taxes. We've managed to pilot a stimulus in this time of COVID, again to help vendors and farmers and hospitality workers and handcart operators and bus drivers and taxi drivers and cruise ship workers, even when countries that are said to be richer than us say they can't deal with stimulus programs and bailing out the people in this time of COVID. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that Sesmaki and Gustus and I have managed to pilot an athletic track at Diamond. And now we have a track that it will be internationally certified in a matter of a few days. And we continue to develop our world-class athletes all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Proud that we were able to attract foreign direct investment to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even in these difficult times. And the foreign direct investment those investments have names. Clay Harbor Call Center, Rainforest Seafood, Royal Mill Hotel, Holiday Inn Express, Marriott Resorts, Sandals and Beaches, and on and on and on, creating jobs and investment for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
I know a lot of them think it's easy to run our country, to run this business.
Proud that I was given the opportunity to be an aggressive advocate in areas like climate change, sustainable development, small island developing states, and changing rather than accepting the existing world order under which our countries operate. As a representative applying for this job again, I'm proud that in East St. George we've upgraded tourism facilities, we've built hard courts, we've upgraded football fields, we've developed new steel orchestras, we've built new schools, we've opened town halls, shops for entrepreneurs, new roads and footpaths and footbridges, homes for the vulnerable, cleaning up beaches, new scholarships, internships increasing on the Yes and Set program, attracting businesses to set up shop and bring jobs to East St. George, and again, to further our objective of making East St. George the best place to work, to live, and to raise a family anywhere in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Eastern Caribbean. But as a citizen, the job is also important. And as a citizen, I don't believe vague NDP promises of job creation from a party that says we have too many public servants, from a party that says we have too many teachers, from a party that has been promoting austerity for decades and presided over a 40% tax rate, massive poverty, and substandard education. Forgive me if I don't believe your empty pledges about job creation. And I don't trust an NDP that wants to sell passports to foreigners, that wants to import bad ideas from foreigners like toll booths and dolphin prisons, and who has foreigners running their campaign and sending us text messages from India. Forgive me, if you want to sell us out to foreigners, I don't think you have our best interests at heart. Because I want to see a government as a citizen that is people-centered, not self-centered. And because I see progress with my own eyes, and I see the things that they call impossible happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, from Rabaka to Argyll and beyond. And because I know this country has a rich history of brave struggle, triumph over adversity, triumph over foreign intrigue. And that history and that culture and that legacy cannot be bartered and sold in some sort of a craven cash grab to people who never, ever believed in the transformative power of the Vincentian people. If you don't believe in the country, you don't have a right to sell out the country. And because I know that the NDP lost office because it was out of ideas, out of energy, and out of touch, and that they remain stuck in the stasis of backward, reactionary, and anti-people politics. I recognize, as a citizen, that when my country goes into battle, I want the leadership of a five-star general, not a private or apprentice or opposer, but a general. I recognize that I want to look to my future with confidence. One leader, one record of achievement, one passport, one love, one choice, the Unity Labour Party. Let us lift St. Vincent and the Grenadines higher, and let us vote Labour again in the upcoming general election. Thank you very much.
When you gave me one, then you gave me two for each election. I said
Thank you very much, Comrade Camillo.